Property Unplugged for the final episode of the year. How many have we done? We should have counted.
Yeah.
It's like, I reckon we're nearly 30.
Have to be.
Yeah.
I think we started when, not long after COVID started, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So about,
exactly.
I think it was April, late April maybe, or
We
early
did a
May.
couple together, and then we had to do the Zoom thing because we were stuck at
Yeah.
home. So yeah, it's been a year. We made it through. Like,
I reckon. 2020.
Yeah.
Can we wrap it up
Let's wrap it
in
up.
one word?
Oh no, wrap it up in one word.
Diabolical.
I don't know. For me, it's been a great year.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit the same. But you don't want to say that because you don't want to offend the people that have had a horrible year.
This is the thing, and I've been a bit heartbroken for a lot of people. It's been horrible, and I know, there's been some hard times, but for us, it's been on reflection, slowing down, and really valuing like what it means to be around family and what we have. So a lot of gratitude.
One of my funny little highlights from when COVID started was Easter, because that was early days, right? That was a couple of weeks into it, and Easter was usually all your extended family, a little bit of this, a little bit of camping, a little bit of speedboats in Mildura. You go the show and shine. And I love Easter in Mildura. It's my favourite time.
Yes.
But this year, we sat around our campfire at home. The kids danced, listening to our music that we listened to when we were back in the 90s.
Nice.
And we had our playlists going, and we had a few drinks. That's Easter.
Yeah.
Marshmallows. And I remember just thinking, how good is this? Like, back to basics, there wasn't really anything else we could do. We couldn't see our parents and, uncles and aunties and cousins, and it was a bit different. But that was kind of a little highlight in that first stage for me. So, and like you just said, back to basics, really sort of enjoying time by ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the hard part was watching the kids. It was really difficult for them learning at home, and especially people with young kids. I know that was a bit trying, and for us, we had year 10 and year 12. That was a very difficult
That would
year.
have been tough, yeah.
But just seeing the resilience of everyone and how the kids just push through it, and how everyone's really, when they fear change, you kind of go, well, this is the year that's taught us all that we can just move ahead, and we can just, we pivot, we do your 180.
That's the word of the year, surely.
Pivot. Yeah. So, we can do anything. We've come out okay. We're all right. And, things are getting back on track. So I'm pretty grateful about that.
Yeah. And look, obviously, back to the kids, no sport, we couldn't use their river.
Yep.
No school.
Yep.
It was just such I had a friend from South Australia ring me, a couple of months ago, and I was explaining the restrictions that we were in, and it just once you actually go through them one by one, it's like, what is this really the world we lived in? We weren't allowed to leave the house for certain reasons, and it was just so it's been a crazy year, but also from personal point of view, work point of view, it's been really successful. And who would have thought? Who would have thought at the start of this year, back in April, that the market would jump so dramatically? There'd be so much buoyancy in our market from a real estate point of view, because at one stage I was sitting there thinking, wow, we really could be, we might be selling homes for people less than what they've paid for them in the past. So, it's I guess it's one of those things where we've that we're lucky, I think, being out sort of in our little bubble up here in Mildura, and that's been a bonus.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. And we've managed to have amazing guests on our show, and who've had their own, point of view on what's been happening and their own successes and trials and tribulations through it all. So Justin Daniel, we had on. He was our first guest, wasn't he?
I reckon he was. Yeah, Justin. This might be in order, this list.
Yeah,
really
maybe
clever, these unified marketing teams sitting over there in the background. Justin Daniel from Wealth Fit Money Management, Financial Planning.
He was cool.
He was very good. He loved it. He got a lot out of what he did with us on the live, and actually got a fair bit out of being on it as well for his own little business. So that was good. So just some really good little tips talking about how to protect your income and etc. And that was good.
You're amazing.
Mr. Matthew Valerio.
Oh yeah, mortgage broker.
Very good mortgage broker at MFL. Matt, again, got a lot of business. A lot of people called him after our live. So It just goes to show how much, how many people are watching the show.
out
It's
there.
nice. It's nice to
Exactly.
hear that when you have someone on. The idea is to have these really good people on to, help people that are watching if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And then for them to get something out of it as well is pretty cool.
Sharing our community, sharing,
Yeah.
local.
And that's what it's about. This is
Yeah.
good business in town, in Mildura, places like Mildura. If you can help each other, that's a real win.
Exactly.
So.
And our Mandy Davies from Unified Marketing, she was great on the social media and how to sell on that. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
We love Mandy.
We'll come back to those guys later,
Yeah,
the Unified Marketing team. Let's not forget that one.
All right, cool.
John Irwin.
That was good.
Yeah.
Came off the river.
Yeah, he did. That's all right. Half an hour shower in
Yep.
out. Forgot about it, but rocked up right on time,
He
looking sharp.
It was great.
That was, just those little tips and tricks about, the legal side of things.
Yeah.
John's the most, fun, sort of outgoing guy, when it comes to the legal world, I reckon. He was telling me a story the other day that he was getting his hair cut, and he was telling the hairdresser that well, he's been paying $20 for 20 years and he's got less hair now, so he should be paying $10. And then the lady that was sitting opposite was laughing and then went into his shop the next day and asked for a Section 32 because she just enjoyed his banter.
Wow.
John's been in the industry for a long time in Mildura,
Yeah.
and he's great to deal with as well.
Yeah, kudos to John. Simone Reardon, property manager at Ray White.
That's
she
correct.
Was amazing. She's a lovely girl. I had fun with Simone. She was very nervous.
She was so nervous. Hates public speaking of any sort, and that's common knowledge. I've worked with Sim for a long, long time over the years.
And then when she got off, she's like, "Oh, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was good."
it's always the way. She's good and
Yeah.
really good handy tips in what's been happening in the rental side of things.
Yeah.
Particularly through COVID, that's been some good little tips there.
Absolutely.
Mandy Davies she's been put on twice. Hasn't she? She's written that list herself, maybe. I don't know. John Taskey from AV Smart Homes.
Yes, you handled that one.
Yeah, that's right. You went well.
Yeah.
That's right. John was great. He sort of gave us a real good insight into different options for revolutionising.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word? Did I
Sounds
say that
good.
right?
Sounds, yeah.
Your home, and just sort of, I guess, the little tips and tricks on some funky little ideas to do in your home. So he was really good, very well spoken, and knew his stuff. Like he'd gone from installing it to then now sort of in sales, and that was good. So.
Yeah. We're up to Brett Millington last week. He was amazing.
Very good.
Very
Probably the most passionate person I've met, I reckon.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
So from Mildura Development Corporation, is that what we're saying?
Yep.
Something like that. Visit Mildura, basically. So the regional tourism, they're doing great things, and we discussed that last week, talking about how the Visit Mildura branding has been in through the AFL and through with Cam Waters at Bathurst. Getting our brand, from a Mildura point of view, has been pretty cool to see out there. But and Brett was articulate, passionate.
The Start Here campaign that got me excited.
Yeah,
it's really good, very clever.
Yeah. So Brett was awesome, and I reckon we'll continue to talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely. James Goldsworthy, he was amazing. We talked about his town planning and what we sort of need to do when it comes to doing things correctly. Yeah, I guess so. He was very informative.
Yeah, and a little bit about maybe the direction Mildura is going.
Yeah,
as part of the Mildura South precinct and some big stuff happening.
That was really cool.
And then Peter Palazzo, insurance broker, he was brilliant. And I think I've got something out of all of these things.
Absolutely.
Because I went straight home and checked my insurance policy that day to make sure our pool was covered.
Yeah.
Because it was something I had never even considered.
I know.
So just the little things,
which can be big things.
So that's right. So we have seen a lot of people, it's been good to share different insights from people in different industries. Yeah. In Mildura, and we'll continue to do that next year as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year next year. We'll do that. We'll keep everyone updated what's happening in the region and property investments and all the things. Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic.
Back to Unified Marketing. These guys are so we've got Anthony, Daniel, and Mandy who have helped us with this Regional Property Unplugged. They do a lot of social media for a lot of good businesses in town. So for anyone out there looking to put their business on the map, I think, to take it to the next step, if you're sort of wanting, if you're whatever business you're in, doesn't matter what you do, and if you're wanting to generate more income, leads really into your business. There's different ways to skin a cat when it comes to social media and websites and online marketing. So make sure you look them up easily. It's easy to find, and
absolutely.
They've been really helpful through the process with what we do, and always here supplying this technology to allow us to do these lives. So
exactly.
Look them up and deal with them. They're brilliant to deal with.
Great team.
Great little organisation, and just good people to deal with. So
yeah, absolutely. And if you want consistency with your social media, social media is where it's at, and we need to be consistent and be front of mind if you want to put your business high up there. So look these guys up.
Yeah.
So thank you, dude.
Yeah. All right. What are your plans for 2021?
Oh man, we've got so many big dreams. Hopefully we can travel again, but who knows about that?
Be nice.
We're in the pipeline of buying a home, and so that's
exciting.
Cool. That's very exciting. We've got one off to uni next year, one working, and the girls are starting BCE, so it's going to be busy times as always. But
so your group of kids are just that little bit. We're our little bundle are just coming into high school, and then I've got one that's still in nappies. It's scary. We are all over the shop,
but it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is good. It's good. Kids are, and it's great to see them back in sport. And like I coach Gussie's basketball, and the kids were just so keen when we started training, and we didn't even do any drills. I just let them play for the first few weeks because it was they just wanted to be back with their mates and.
So lovely.
Catching up with each other. So it's cool.
So on a business note, my online coaching is going really well.
Perfect.
So 2021 will be full on with that. My business will be all online as of 2021.
Perfect.
A few houses start to sell. That'll keep going for a little
That's
while.
Good. Yeah. And that's been pretty good this year, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
About one a month, so that's been really, really good.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of work, right?
Oh, it's a lot of work. Yeah. It's a lot of hard yakka, so I need to get fit again. So.
The houses that we've styled, it's just crazy how it works, isn't it? Like the ones
getting top dollar.
Yeah, everything.
And everyone's selling within a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, Sky Court recently sold top dollar. The ones that we haven't had any that have struggled. It's immediate impact, because of as we've spoken about for so long. The photos just look so amazing. So
it's amazing.
You've got to do it. I spoke to someone yesterday that's going to do it for next year. So and people, the best thing about I think these lives and the discussions we're having is people really understand what you do now and how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the easy thing for me is whereas 2 years ago I was really having to explain how it all worked. And I think now people are actually coming to me and saying, hey, get that Shona girl. I want to go and style my house, and it's really good for me because it's because I know how important it is for people and how much or how it's going to benefit them when they go through the sales process. So it's exciting that they're coming to me and asking.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the numbers are on the board, the proof is there, so it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And lastly, before we go, 2021 for you. Yeah. Oh my God.
I know, very exciting.
This is good. So one agency.
Yeah. So one agency, and I'll explain it for the 451st time in the past few days. Yep. Look, sad to leave the guys at Ray White because they're a great bunch of people. But it was probably time to step out on my own and do this. And the one agency brand is a really good business model. And it's about making sure you list and sell properties, still have the same principles, but it's a really good brand. It's like a turnkey solution for starting a business, and they've been awesome. So we've been obviously in talks for a little while, and it's really good. It's good to be part of a network. Like they haven't announced it to their network yet, as much as I've been announcing it. It's really cool, and it's the fastest growing real estate franchise in Australia. So this guy that Paul and his wife Annie, who have started one agency about a decade ago, they had been with the bigger models of other agents and agencies, and they they realised that there was a better way to do it, and that's why there's a lot of agents jumping on their brand, and it's cool. You know, it's really exciting for me, my family, the kids. The kids are so happy. We only told them the other day, and they're just grinning like, you know. So it's exciting, you know, for all of us to be able to take that next step.
Yes.
Super excited to have Letitia on board as my assistant still, because she's just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
People love her like they do. Some clients just really love her. So, you know, we're still just doing the fine tuning for the business now. If you are interested in selling next year, you know, it's still same number, and but it's pretty easy to find someone these days. So, but you know, we'll be into it sort of early to mid-Jan in a big way. So really excited.
Woo! I think it's amazing. It's great. It's very you, you and all. Yeah. It's like, you know, your rogue approach. You're just authentic, integral. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's exciting.
Great. It's very exciting. Congrats. Scott said congrats on the move.
My eyes aren't that good.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up,
have
a Merry Christmas.
You too.
And good New Year. And everybody be safe and have an amazing time with your families wherever you are in the world. And we'll catch up with you next year.
2021.
Take it easy.
Let's do it.
Bye for now.
See ya.
If we can ever get off this live, hey.
We need someone else to do it.
We do need someone else to do it. See you, everyone.